The moral argument is an argument we hear all the time, whether in formal form or not. There are many formulations, but a simple one is morality is objective. Objective morality can only exist with God. Conclusion: God exists. First, I don't have any reason to believe in objective morality. In fact, I find it difficult to even understand what objective morality is. I'll probably dedicate a video just for objective morality at some time. In my framework, suffering and joy are merely chemical reactions. At best, even if dualism is true, suffering and joy are descriptive. The moral implications we attribute to them wouldn't have ontology. I'm not proving subjective morality. I don't think anyone can. I'm just saying that subjective morality is possible. It's valuable for me to explain why I'm confident when I say that no arguments for objective morality work. First, there's a whole bundle of arguments that can just be summarized as, I can't accept that some moral instances aren't bad. I hope it's clear why this is at best an intuitive argument, not an epistemological one. I'm already well aware that theists want objective morality to exist. It doesn't make it true. Also, just to be thorough, another argument is moral progress. Society is morally progressing, but if it's progressing, where does it progress to? It seems like only objective morality can be what we're progressing to. But it seems to be begging the question. If I deny the conclusion, of course I would deny the first premise. I don't think that we're objectively progressing. I can only grant that I like the current society more than I like societies in history. So, I don't accept objective morality. But I'm also not willing to grant that objective morality implies theism. There's absolutely no way to show that moral realism can't exist with atheism. Our knowledge of this layer of reality is too little to conclude that the only explanation for moral realism is God. Assuming objective morality and theism, let me ask you, did God take part in determining what is objectively moral and what's not? It's either yes or no. I think it's very problematic for a theist to say yes, because if God decides what is moral or not, he could have just decided that what you consider moral is immoral, and what you consider immoral is moral. Now, theists had a hard time admitting that certain moral instances are morally neutral, so I definitely don't think that they're going to be okay with admitting that it was possible that those same moral instances could have been morally good. So we're left with the conclusion that God didn't take part in determining what is moral or not. So either morality is a part of God's nature, which he didn't decide, or morality exists entirely outside of God, and God is morally neutral. Surprisingly, I think the latter is more sensible, even though most theists would pick the former. Regardless, in both cases, there's a sense in which objective morality exists without God, whether this sense determined God's nature or existed outside of him. Moral realism could be compatible with atheism in that exact same sense. In the end, I'm not convinced of moral realism, and even if I was, introducing God doesn't explain anything, it's merely an additional proposition.